What is up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a Q&A video. I'm going to go along this trail and we're going to answer some questions that the community has for me, a 21-year-old full-time GoHighLevel marketing agency. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right, so first question is, what revenue goal did you feel made the biggest impact in your quality of life? So I've always made money online in some type of way, shape, or form since I would say junior year of high school, I believe it was. End of junior year, started senior, somewhere around there. But as far as revenue goes, in simple terms, it was just really seeing any type of online money come through. But as far as GoHighLevel goes, like in my agency and the quality of life, I feel like it was $5,000 a month. That's what kind of was like, wow, this is like really happening, and kind of had that realization that like this is something bigger than I thought it was going to be. Now for the second question, how would you approach getting your first 3 local clients using GoHighLevel? The way that I would recommend doing that is, number one, either going in person and introducing yourself and showing the power behind GoHighLevel and solving problems for that local business. And in your local area, that shouldn't really be too hard. I mean, everybody kind of knows the local businesses that are around them. You can even give them a cold call. You don't even have to go in there in person, but you can just give them a cold call, and they'll be more willing to listen to you just if you say that, hey, we're in the same city, I saw your truck on the road, just wanted to give you a quick call. So that's how I would go about it, the first 3, and then also making your offer really, really great for those 3 local businesses that you're reaching out to. So make sure to say, like, just because we're local, we're in the same area, I want to give you a special promotion, and then come up with a great offer. The next question is, what type of research do you do before outreaching on a cold call? So usually what I do is I go on Google, and let's say for instance I search landscapers in Colorado. I go down the list of all the Google My Business pages. I usually look for ones that have low Google reviews, and also if they don't have a website linked to their Google My Business page. Number one, if they have low reviews, not saying they're necessarily not a great business, but they're obviously struggling with gaining reviews, and GoHighLevel has a solution for that. And then also, if they don't have a website linked, then more than likely they're going to need a website for their business. And it being 2025, you know, every business has a website, so it's kind of like a great way to get your foot in the door with these businesses. All right, the next one. What automation setup do you run for local car detailing shop to help them get repeat bookings? So what I do to help people get repeat bookings is, first of all, you need to know that information and kind of figure out where their head's at with the repeat bookings, see what they're looking for, what type of jobs they're looking for, and things like that. But a way that you can help them get repeat bookings is setting up some type of automation where once a job is marked as complete, you can set up an automation where once it moves to that step in the pipeline, where it will send them a text message saying, hey, we serviced your car 3 months ago, just reaching out again and seeing if you're interested in doing another booking with us. So you can do something along those lines. Should be fairly easy, fairly simple. So, all right, the next question is, what keeps you motivated and consistent? What keeps me motivated is now, in today's time, is the best possible time to make money online. It's literally the easiest it's ever been. Our parents didn't have this opportunity. Our grandparents didn't have this opportunity. And, you know, people that are around my age have the ability to be able to do this. So, you know, that kind of keeps me motivated of like, take the opportunity because other people didn't have it. So that kind of is like what motivates me. And then also financial and time freedom is really, really a big one. I knew since I was younger that I wasn't going to be one of those people that work like necessarily a 9 to 5. I knew that life wasn't meant for me, and so that's what else keeps me motivated, because I know that if this doesn't work out, then, you know, that's like the only way to survive is just a 9 to 5. So keeping that in my mind is also really, really motivating me, and then staying consistent. I just want to grow this agency to as big as possible, and the only way that that's going to happen is being consistent, and I know that in my mind, so why not just keep working towards that goal? All right, the next question is, what's the most valuable sales skill you have learned so far? I think great communication is a skill that I've definitely started to develop during this process. In high school, I was always a kid that didn't really talk. I just sat in the class, was waiting for the bell to ring, I was a good student, but I didn't really want to talk too much, and I just had my little circle of friends. But now I can literally walk up and talk to anyone. There's really no fear behind it, and just having great communication, conveying ideas about different topics and things like that, and just being able to convey my words a lot better. And I think that's really been the biggest one so far, is just great communication skills with people, and using professionalism in text and things like that. That's really something that has improved in my sales skills. The next question is, what is your go-to strategy for closing a deal? Usually what that's going to be is sweetening the deal so much where it's hard for them to say no. So like one of my primary offers, let's just start from the beginning on the cold call, is, hey, I built a sample website for you. I saw you didn't have one on your Google My Business page. Would you be interested in taking a look at it? So most of the time, marketing agencies that are giving them a call, they never even offer a sample website. So they're going to be more than willing to take that time out of their day to view that sample website. And so then you get them on the Zoom call, you show them the software, you show the capability of it, and then you get to the closing part. So what you can do is pretty much sell them on the offer. And what I mean by that is, say, we usually charge $1,000 to $2,000 setup fee, but today we're just going to completely waive that. And so it's going to be $0. We're going to design the website completely for free, get it hosted and all that great stuff for $0 upfront. And then you just pay your monthly fee, whether that's $97 a month, $297 a month, whatever the client is closing for. And so, like I said, sweetening the deal that much, it's hard for them to say no because you're giving them such a great offer. And with GoHighLevel, being able to give them those features and set it all up is fairly simple. You're not really wasting any time, and it's all going to be worth it in the end for the monthly money that you make. How do you stay motivated and keep pushing? Dang, I just ran to a branch. How do you stay motivated and keep pushing through when things get tough? So in sales, there's going to be a lot of days where you make a bunch of dials, you cold call for the whole day, and you don't get any bookings. That's going to happen a lot. So you just kind of have to mentally prepare yourself, and also think about the reality of the situation. You're a solo business cold caller. All the pressure's on you essentially to get those book demos. And so these other companies, yes, they're going to have a bunch of cold callers, whatever it is, yada, 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 the whole thing. But you can still make this work. You just have to put in the time and effort and the dials, because the only way you're going to get clients is by you to keep dialing the phone. And so if you're not dialing the phone, or if you get, all up in your feelings, then you're not going to have any growth. So why not take the right steps to at least see growth? Even if it's hard, you just got to keep going and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Because if you don't do that, then there's no growth. That's literally it. You're shutting all the doors to potential growth, and you're not going to see any. So that's just kind of my motivation behind it, and knowing that you're a solo business owner, and so the results are on you. And I'm the type of person that just doesn't want to give up easy. I'm going to give it my all before I move on or give up. Which, this business model, it took me probably about 3 months to get my first client, but after that, it was literally steamroll, and it just kept going and going and going. So if I would have given up within those 3 months, I literally wouldn't even be where I'm at today. In choosing this career, what should I expect? So what you should expect is a lot of hard work, because you're going to be doing the job of about 4 people by yourself. But the money you're going to make from it is going to be absolutely amazing, and it's definitely going to be worth it all in the end. So just be ready to put your heart, your mind, your soul, well, that kind of sounds bad, but you know what I mean, into this business. And because you're going to need to do that. You're a solo business operation. You don't have anybody else. I mean, unless you bring on VAs like I did, but that's once you scale up more. So you just need to be ready to put in the hard work and just don't give up. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day, is not giving up and being willing to put in the work. Because if you can't make this work, then you're just going to be stuck at, whatever job it is, and you just kind of have to make that decision, and it's up to you to make that. Just taking a little break from the questions. Nice little creek. Birds chirping. Now it's time to walk uphill. Beautiful sunny afternoon. We're gonna start walking back though here in a little bit. We only have like 2 or 3 more questions, so Yeah, let's see what the next one is. I'm interested in getting started. Is it possible to ease in while I'm working my full-time job? So this is gonna make it tougher on yourself just because you're already exhausted from the day, you know, whatever your job entails to, and now you have to go home and start cold calling, which that might demotivate you also, but you could still pick up some steam from doing this. So, all right, I'm located in Austin, well, really Round Rock, Texas, but Austin, Texas is what more of y'all probably recognize it as. And we're Central Time. So if it's 5 p.m. here, that means in Arizona, California, all those different places, it's 3 p.m. So there's still a pretty good window that you can take advantage of to cold call that 2 hours. You can even cold call on your lunch break. You can cold call on your 15-minute break, you know, whatever it is. So you can still definitely see some results. It's just that you're really gonna have to double down on it. And to be honest, if you're even willing to do that, that's usually a pretty good sign. And so I actually recommend you, if you're even interested, to start, because it seems like your mind is in the right place. You're tired of your current position and you just want to upgrade as a person. So I would highly recommend getting started, even if you are full-time. On this cool little bridge. Try and zoom in. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's go ahead and see what the next question is. What kind of support or follow-up does your agency provide once the client signs? We can go ahead and turn around just because that is the last question, so I'm gonna start walking back. So the type of support that we offer is whenever you get signed on, I put you into an automation where pretty much after 1 month of you signing up, it's going to ask you, hey, this is James with Spark Growth. Just wanted to check in with you and make sure everything is running smoothly. So that's going to be automatically sent after that first month of them signing up. And then that automation keeps sending that same message every single month. So the clients might be able to tell that it is automated. Maybe they are, I don't know, or they're paying that close attention. And I'll try and change the message every now and then of what it sends. But that's pretty much how you do client checkup or customer support, in a sense, is checking up on them. And that's the way that my agency does it. Also, I am the customer support, so if anyone calls during the day, you know, whatever it is, I'm the one that's going to be answering that call, and I help them with it. And what I tell them on the Zoom call is that I'm their dedicated service executive, and so I'm tied to their account, so if they ever need help with anything, need to change anything, I'm the one that helps them. So that's kind of how I, you know, go smoothly about it. All of those were really, really great questions. I enjoyed answering those. I plan on doing another video like this, so comment down below with any questions that you have that you want me to answer in the next Q&A video. And yeah, but believe that's everything. Make sure to like, subscribe, like I said, comment if you have a question, and we'll keep pumping out this type of content.